This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.
Hello, Africa. Welcome to the Hello Africa Morning Show. And we're coming to you live from the headquarters of the Association of African Universities. And of course, it's a new week. Now to our top African stories for today. Nigeria has begun evacuating its citizens from Iran as military strikes by Israel and United States continue in Tehran and other cities. The evacuation effort, confirmed on Tuesday by the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, involves escorting Nigerians safely across the Armenian border, where officials are stationed to assist them. Authorities say no Nigerian has been affected by the conflict so far. The move comes as several African countries rush to repatriate their nationals from the region amid escalating violence that Iranian authorities say has killed more than 1,200 people and injured thousands.
Nigerian authorities say the evacuation of its citizens is ongoing due to bombings by Israel and the United States in Tehran and other Iranian cities. According to the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, no Nigerian living in Iran has been affected by the conflict so far. The commission explained that Nigerians who wish to leave the country are being safely escorted across the Armenian border by officials from the Nigerian embassy in Tehran. It added that the arrangements are intended to ensure a smooth and secure passage for citizens seeking to depart. Government officials have been stationed at the border to receive and assist evacuees as they arrive. The commission did not indicate how many Nigerians currently live in Iran or how many have been already evacuated. Meanwhile, several African countries are taking similar steps to repatriate their nationals from the Middle East as tensions escalate. Earlier last week, Tanzania evacuated the first group of its citizens from the United Arab Emirates. The evacuees were reunited with their families upon arrival at Julius Nyerere International Airport in Dar es Salaam. Iranian authorities say the ongoing war has killed more than 1,200 people and injured close to 10,000. As the conflict continues, governments across Africa are closely monitoring the situation while working to ensure the safety of their citizens abroad.
Moving on, lawmakers in Senegal have passed a new bill increasing penalties for same-sex sexual act and criminalizing the promotion of homosexuality. The legislation approved late Wednesday by the National Assembly of Senegal with 135 votes in favor and 3 abstentions. The measure, introduced by the government led by President Bassirou Diomaye Faye and Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko, doubles the maximum prison term from 5 years to 10 years and raises fines significantly. The bill now awaits presidential approval, and supporters say the law fulfills a campaign pledge and reinforces existing penal code provisions, while critics warn that it may intensify arrest and legal actions related to sexual orientations.
Senegal's parliament has approved a controversial bill in increasing penalties for same-sex sexual acts. The National Assembly passed the legislation late Wednesday with 135 votes in favor and 3 abstentions. The bill doubles the maximum prison sentence for such offenses from 5 years to 10 years. It also introduces tougher fines and criminalizes the promotion or financing of homosexuality. The measure fulfills a campaign pledge by the government that came to power in 2024 under President Bassirou Diomaye Faye and Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko. Senegal's existing penal code already penalizes what it describes as acts against nature. The provision, last amended in 1966, previously allowed prison sentences of up to 5 years and financial penalties. Under the new bill, judges will no longer be able to suspend sentences or reduce prison terms below the legal minimum. The legislation also broadens the definition of offenses, specifying that acts against nature include homosexuality, bisexuality, and other related acts. Supporters of the bill held demonstrations in the capital Dakar in the weeks leading to the vote, calling for stricter enforcement of existing laws. Religious leader Imam Babakar Saila urged President Faye to sign the bill into law quickly, urging that delays could complicate efforts to enforce the new provisions. Human rights organizations say the period leading up to the vote has also seen an increase in arrest-related suspected acts against nature. If signed into law, the legislation will further tighten anti-LGBT laws in West Africa, following similar measures adopted in countries such as Burkina Faso.
Moving on, President John Dramani Mahama has received an honorary degree from University of Seoul in recognition for his leadership, commitment to democratic governance, and efforts to promote international cooperation. The award ceremony took place on Friday, 13th March 2026, during Mahama's 5-day working visit to South Korea aimed at strengthening bilateral relations with Ghana. The honor highlights the growing partnership between the two countries and acknowledges Mahama's contribution to diplomacy, global dialogue, and international development cooperation.
President John Dramani Mahama has received an honorary degree from Yonsei University in South Korea. The ceremony took place on Friday, March 13, 2026, during the president's official visit to the country. According to the presidency, the honor highlights the strong and enduring ties between Ghana and South Korea. Officials say the recognition reflects a shared commitment between the two nations to education, innovation, and global partnership. The honorary degree also acknowledges President Mahama's long record of public service. It further recognizes his role in strengthening Ghana's international relations and promoting dialogue between countries. President Mahama was on a 5-day working visit to South Korea aimed at deepening bilateral cooperation. The visit is focused on expanding opportunities in trade, investment, and technological collaboration between the two countries. Officials say the visit marks another step in strengthening diplomatic and economic ties between the two nations.
Still in Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, has commissioned the MT ACCRA Ghana, a dual-fuel, fully refrigerated liquefied petroleum gas carrier during a ceremony held on March 12 at a major shipyard in South Korea. The vessel, developed through a partnership involving Sahara Group and WAGL Energy, is designed to strengthen the transportation and supply of LPG across West Africa. Officials say the project will enhance energy security, improve supply reliability, and support the region's transition to cleaner energy sources while expanding access to modern energy for households and industries.
The vessel, named MT ACCRA Ghana, was officially launched during a ceremony at a major shipyard in South Korea. The dual-fuel, fully refrigerated carrier is designed to transport liquefied petroleum gas more safely and efficiently across international markets. Speaking at the event, President Mahama said the launch represented more than the commissioning of a single vessel. He explained that it symbolized an important step in strengthening infrastructure supporting the global LPG supply chain. The president noted that for countries like Ghana and many across Africa that rely partly on LPG imports, expanding global shipping capacity is critical. He stated that increased capacity improves supply security, enhances reliability, and helps stabilize pricing through more efficient logistics. The project forms part of a broader regional initiative led by Wago Energy to support West Africa's evolving energy needs. President Mahama also highlighted the role of LPG in the transition toward cleaner energy. He explained that LPG provides a cleaner alternative to traditional fuels such as charcoal, firewood, and kerosene, helping reduce indoor pollution and environmental degradation. The president revealed that Ghana currently produces about half of its LPG needs locally and relies on imports to meet the remaining demand. He said the new vessel would strengthen the region's ability to transport LPG safely and on a larger scale, ensuring that business, industries, and households have access to reliable energy. President Mahama also commended partners including Sahara Energy and Wago Energy for their collaboration and investment in the project. He expressed optimism that the vessel would inspire further innovation, partnerships, and infrastructure development across Africa's energy sector.
Still in Ghana, the Health Minister, Kwabena Minta Akando, has warned the rising number of kidney disease cases in Ghana is becoming a major public health concern. He made the remarks at the launch of World Kidney Day in Birmingham on Thursday. Health authorities say many kidney-related illnesses are linked to preventable conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, environmental pollution, and delayed medical care. Government says it is responding through public education, expanded dialysis services, and a proposed organ transplant bill aimed at improving treatments for patients with end-stage kidney diseases.
Ghana joins the rest of the world to commemorate World Kidney Day, a global campaign aimed at raising awareness about kidney health and the growing burden of kidney disease. Ghana's Minister of Health, Mr. Kwabena Minta Akando, described the kidney disease as a silent but serious public health challenge. He explained that millions of people around the world live with kidney diseases without knowing until the illness has already advanced. The minister revealed that between 40 and 45% of deaths in Ghana are linked to non-communicable diseases. He explained that kidney diseases is often associated with preventable factors. These include hypertension, diabetes, delayed health-seeking behavior, misuse of certain medicines, and repeated infections. He also warned that environmental degradation is worsening the risk of kidney-related illnesses. Pollution of water bodies, illegal mining, and industrial waste were cited as major contribution factors. The minister made the remarks at the launch of World Kidney Day held at Birmingham in Accra. The event is part of a global campaign to increase awareness about kidney health and the impact of kidney disease. As part of efforts to improve treatment, the minister announced that the government is finalizing an organ transplant bill. He explained that the legislation will establish a legal and regulatory framework to support safe and ethical organ transplant services in the country. Meanwhile, the Deputy Minister of Defense, Ernest Brojajemfi, called for greater public awareness and routine screening. He emphasized that protecting kidney health is essential to safeguarding the well-being and productivity of the population. Officials say the government is also working with the private sector to expand dialysis services and improve access to treatment across the country.
That is all for our top African stories. My name is Shimaima Deladen Duchi. Stay tuned for News Review.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAUTV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAUTV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAUTV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAUTV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAUTV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAUTV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Ever wondered what drives ordinary people to do extraordinary things? Every week, a new story unfolds. But these aren't just stories. They are the journeys of courage, resilience, and vision. On Impact Stories, we open the door to remarkable personalities and everyday heroes. Experience the passion behind their purpose. Witness the setbacks, the breakthroughs, and the moment that defines a legacy. Journey with us on AAUTV every Saturday at 4 p.m. as we celebrate those who are making an impact. Tune in to Impact Stories, where real people share real journeys and real impact, each one leaving behind a legacy written in gold. Only on AAUTV.
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks. Hello, and this is the Hello Africa Morning Show coming to you live from the headquarters of the Association of African Universities in Accra, Ghana. Just gone by is the Top African News, which was done by my colleague Jemima Deladem Doche, and I'm going to continue with you to do the news review. And so I'll just run you through what we are going to be doing today, and we have a lot of exciting things coming up, but most importantly, it is just worth celebrating a number of things that I'll come to. But many Ghanaians across the country are highly expectant of the coming weekend, which is the Eid al-Fitr holiday for our Muslim brothers and sisters. Now, I took the time yesterday to make a few calls to some friends I have not spoken to in a while, just to check on them, and I just couldn't understand, or rather, I was not looking forward to how they were excited about the coming holidays. So I was asking myself, what if these holidays were not coming up? That's because in Ghana, the presidency has said that the coming Friday and next week Monday are public holidays for Ghanaians. So everybody's excited about it. But most importantly, if you're excited about these holidays, what do you know about these holidays? You just know that it's a holiday for our Muslim brothers and sisters celebrating the Eid al-Fitr. But let me just tell you what at least this celebration is about. So this is typically celebrated between 1 to 3 days, and the significance of it is that it is a festival of breaking of the fast. I'm sure you know that Ramadan is almost completing, and so it's a festival to celebrate the breaking of the fast, or the completion of the fast, and then it marks the completion of the spiritual journey of prayer and reflections as well. So usually on the day of celebration, our Muslim brothers and sisters will attend morning prayers. They call the Eid prayers. Salah, they wear new clothes. They visit family, they visit friends, and they give to charity and also share meals. And that's why I know many people start calling their Muslim friends, looking for some rice to eat that day and some meat to chew. Okay, so basically this is what the Eid al-Fitr holiday is about. So if you are looking forward to that coming holiday, I mean, this is what it is about. So we just want to say Baraka de Salah ahead of time to our Muslim brothers and sisters who are just about to complete Ramadan and celebrate their Eid. And it is also worth noting that the Vice President of Ghana, Professor Nana Opoku Ajiman, was also over the weekend awarded the Distinguished Fellow, as a Distinguished Fellow, and it's the first of its kind given by the University of Cape Coast. That's because she used to be a vice chancellor at the University of Cape Coast. So I just run you through a few details when it comes to this award. And before that, congratulations to President John Mahama as well, who was also awarded an honorary doctorate from the University of Yonsei in South Korea. So with the Distinguished Fellow Award, okay, it is the institution's highest honor, which is newly inaugurated in this year, March 2026, to recognize exceptional contributions to national development, national development, academia, and service to the university. It highlights figures with extraordinary impacts on education, gender equality, and public service. Now, key details of this comes in this way, or let me say, basically the award is to celebrate the Vice President of Ghana for her achievements in academia. And if you know UCC, you know they are one of the best institutions, not only in Ghana, but across Africa. And because she is a product of UCC, they just found it diligent that they would celebrate one of their own. So congratulations to Jenana Opoku-Agyeman, Professor Jenana Opoku-Agyeman, the first female vice president of Ghana, who also used to be a vice chancellor at the University of Cape Coast. And coming up later in today's discussions, rising kidney diseases and cases in public health. And I'm talking about Ghana. I don't know if you know, but I have seen and heard a few of a few deaths and other people who have not been well, some popular, some not popular, family and friends. And then you get to hear that it's kidney sicknesses and all of that. When we're growing up, or when I was growing up, I hear about kidney sicknesses amongst older people. But now it's not the case. What's the cause? What's going on? We'll get into that story and see what's in there. And we'll also talk about some AI issues because universities are being urged to rethink curriculum and how they can use AI to make things work in current academia. So this and many more things coming up in our discussions today. Just stay tuned. When we go for the short break, we'll come back and get into the discussions. We'll be right back.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAUTV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAUTV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAUTV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAUTV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAUTV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAUTV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Are you a university, college, high school, private organization, NGO, individual professor, instructor, or facilitator seeking to take advantage of the numerous benefits of online education? Look no further. The AAU eLearn Africa LMS is a great opportunity to begin your journey to online course development and creation for teaching, learning, and training purposes. AAU eLearn Africa LMS, which is a partnership between the Association of African Universities and eLearn Africa has made available ease to use online learning tools to all stakeholders within the educational ecosystem of the African continent. This is to enhance teaching and learning in the bid to expand online learning opportunities for students in Africa. The online platform is open and available for free to all stakeholders and facilitates virtual access to classes without needing the other tools such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, among others. For more information, visit www.elearnafricalms.com or contact us via aaulms@aau.org or estherm@elearnafrica.com. Follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook at AAU eLearn Africa LMS.
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks. Welcome back from that break, and you're still watching the Hello Africa Morning Show, coming to you live from the headquarters of the Association of African Universities here in Accra, Ghana. And we're just about to get into the details of the news review. My name is Philemon Edwards, and this morning I'm doing this, as usual, with my brother, Dr. Ajiman Ochredako. How are you doing, sir?
Hi, Phil. I'm doing good. I can describe the whole mood this morning with a song, if you allowed me.
Oh, you're allowed. You're allowed. You are allowed.
You know this song that says, "Lean on me."
Oh my God.
When you're not strong.
Okay.
I'll be your friend.
I'll help you carry on. For
it won't be long.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody to lean on.
Are you leaning on somebody or somebody's leaning on you?
I think that it is important for you to identify somebody you can lean on by this time.
Have you identified anybody yet?
I'm Grace. I have somebody I'm leaning on right now.
Okay, I am leaning on God, is all I can say.
We'll explain later on this leaning on thing. Right?
Okay, no wahala.
You're looking colorful today, man.
I like that it matches your tie. We didn't discuss this, but
yes.
I like colors.
Every day there's this natural instinct of keying our combination to the point.
Yeah.
We call it natural flow of colors.
Yeah. I like the synergy in this.
Thank you.
It wasn't discussed. Anyway, so getting into our stories this morning. Number one, we're talking about Ghana's vice president. And over the weekend at the University of Cape Coast, she was awarded the Distinguished Fellow as the first of its kind. Never happened anywhere in this country or anywhere in the world. So we just want to talk about that briefly and get into the rest of the story. So Ghana's Vice President, Jenan Opoku-Agyeman, says education in the country must move beyond theory and contribute directly to national development. She made her remarks after receiving the Distinguished Fellow Award from the University of Cape Coast on Friday. According to the Vice President, higher education is a privilege and beneficiaries of the system must ensure the knowledge they acquire helps improve society and national good. She also called for stronger institutions to support Ghana's long-term development agenda. And now, we'll just look briefly into her connection with the University of Cape Coast. Okay, so Professor Jenan Opoku-Agyeman lectured at UCC from 1986 and rose to the ranks. She became head of the Department of English, the Dean of Faculty of Arts, and founding Dean of the School of Graduate Studies and Research. And from 2008 to 2012, she served as Vice Chancellor, becoming the first woman to head a public university in Ghana. And then she also served as Education Minister under President John Dramani Mahama in 2013 to 2017. And then she promoted access to education for children with special needs. And then she also oversaw the construction of community day senior high schools e-blocks to improve access to secondary education. I mean, we can keep going on and on about the vice president of Ghana. What do you make of this award and the first female vice president of Ghana?
Simply, Phil, Professor Jane Nano Pokwajiman, with her excellency attached to it, has this unmatched credibility.
I like that word,
and
unmatched.
Achievements to her persona. She's the only woman in Ghana who has this, the first. It keeps coming all the time. She's the first to ever do it. So I call her the woman who is the first to ever do it.
Yeah.
The first to ever be Ghana's vice president, female, and the first to ever be the vice chancellor of UCC. So if you look at the trajectory, she has really fought harder. She has really pushed the odds against what the narratives were, that what a woman was limited to in leadership positions. She has treaded all these grounds and made a name for herself that today you and I can't look at this and say she doesn't deserve this accolade. She does deserve the accolade. She deserves this honorary moment to honor her lifetime achievements. And there's more that she could do. I know that she's a woman who is filled with so much capability. So if I look at her, I see that woman, indeed, truly, you have got what it takes to make this happen. So,
absolutely.
Kudos to her, and congrats to her as well for her achievement.
Yeah. And I'd like to say that women should take advantage of this and look up to her and try to follow her steps. I know that we all have different paths in our lives, but do well, do the best you can, and follow the footsteps of the first female vice president of the country. Her achievements, like my brother said, they're very unmatched. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go into our first story, and it's quite a bit troubling. Ghana's Minister of Health, Kwabena Mintah Kando, has raised an alarm over the growing number of chronic kidney diseases in the country, describing the situation as a serious public health challenge. Speaking at the launch of World Kidney Day in Accra, widely recognized on March 12, the minister noted that non-communicable diseases account for between 40 and 45% of deaths in Ghana, with kidney diseases increasingly becoming a major contributor. He explained that kidney disease often develops silently and is commonly linked to hypertension, diabetes, misuse of medication, delayed health-seeking behavior, recurrent infections, and environmental toxins. The government is currently finalizing an organ transplant bill that will establish a legal framework for safe and ethical organ transplantation to support patients with end-stage kidney disease. Meanwhile, the Ghana College of Pharmacists also has joined the global community to commemorate World Kidney Day under the theme Kidney Health for All, caring for people, protecting the planet. According to the college, 1 in 10 people worldwide lives with kidney disease, with many cases linked to hypertension, diabetes, environmental exposures, and inappropriate use of medicines. The organization also highlighted the role pharmacists play in preventing kidney damage through medication, counseling, early screening, and patient education. Experts further warned that environmental factors such as pollution, climate change, dehydration, and exposure to toxins are increasingly contributing to kidney disease. This is worrying. This is worrying. This is worrying, particularly for me. The one thing that stands out here is the delayed attention we seek often when people have symptoms of any kind of thing that troubles them. I find it weird. I don't know if people take their health that seriously, because in my opinion, when you delay, you're messing things up, you're causing problems, because you don't even have an idea what's going on with you. And we have this habit of going to a pharmacy to get medical attention rather than going to a hospital. What is wrong with Africans?
Phil, let me just start by saying that this ordeal, or I would say crisis we find ourselves in with kidney disease, is a multifaceted one.
Okay.
Now, take these words very keenly. It is not one factor. It's multifactorial.
Yeah.
So I'll adopt the model propounded by Francis J. Aguilar. That's the PESTEL model. If you when we used to when we were answering questions, we use the PESTEL model.
Yeah.
And then we put the issues under them one by one. So I'll adopt the model, PESTEL model. Now, politically, there's a contribution from there. Economically, there is. Socially, there is.
Yeah.
Techno-wise, environmentally, and legally. Let me start with a number of them. Let me start with the environmentally, which you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Our environment is polluted. All aspects, water, land, air, every aspect is polluted.
Yeah.
And the kidney, which is the only organ in the human body responsible for cleansing blood, you can appreciate what we inhale.
Yeah.
Now, we smoke more than those who smoke, because even as secondary smokers, we inhale more.
Yeah.
There are lots of CFOs being burnt, CFCs being burnt all the time. We have got toxins which are being used in mining. Today, Phil, check the color of your water. I checked mine this morning. It's not looking so good. I can't drink it.
No,
Can you drink it?
You can't drink water from any
you can't drink
in Ghana at the moment.
Phil,
You don't try it.
think about this. Now, people are drinking. So imagine we in this urban settings have got money to afford sachet water or bottled water. Now, how many people can buy bottled water each day?
Yeah.
Even the sachet water, even that water we used to call pure some decades ago. Today, it can't be called pure again.
It's not.
It has more impurities than the one that flows on the ground.
Many people have experimented it, and I'm aware of this.
Some rural areas share the water body with the animals.
Animals, yeah.
I mean, some part in the northern part of Ghana and some very remote areas, they all depend on
I
one
was
source
in
of
the
water.
Eastern region a few weeks ago, not more than 2 weeks ago. I saw that.
And these are the same streams of water that these toxins, the mercury and coal, used in galamsey exploitation,
Cyanide
are
and
all
things like
flowing
that.
through cyanide. So can you imagine how it is pathetic, Phil? Move on
crazy.
socially.
Yes.
Socially, today we have alcohol as one of the trendy lifestyles. Alcohol, drinking with people. Look on the TV, on the radio, even on the billboards. It's alcohol. Alcohol is a new craze, because we say that when you drink alcohol, it makes you stronger. You know, this whole thing about in bed, this whole in bed hashtag.
That is a major concern for me, because I don't know how we have reduced ourselves to the point of trying to be sexually active.
I tell you, I don't know if it's the women who are motivating the men to do that.
It's a thing I don't know if people know what the end point will look like for them. People think about it now most
They
of
want
the
to
time.
impress their women. That's why they are into all this. Young boys in secondary schools have become biochemists. They have bottles with some things in it, and they are doing bitter fermentation. It is serious.
So even beyond what this distilleries produce, people by themselves. I've seen many
Go and
videos
do
on.
other
Yeah,
mistakes.
they do. Somebody comes on social media, has a bottle like this, has something, and there's some pieces of wood. I don't know where they get them from, and they tell you if you add this amount of this, you add this. I don't know how they even discovered it in the first place.
You are killing yourself.
And
honestly,
it goes even into these things they call red and other things. Like, there's so much going on. People do a lot of putting together different kinds of energy drinks. I don't know if people know what they are doing to their kidneys.
Yeah. I mean, so you can imagine environmentally, our lifestyles also make us, as it cause us or keep us at risk of kidney disease. Because when you take in alcohol, when you take in medicine which have not been prescribed, people have become their own pharmacists.
Self-medication.
They have a whole chest at home full of every medicine, different colors. And when they feel anything, they go and then say, I think I need the yellow one, the white one, the blue one. And they take their own, they do self-prescription.
And that's the thing I'm going to ask people to stop. I mean, if you're watching and listening to this, please stop self-medicating. I mean, because I've had this conversation with a few people, and they have said to me how, in one way or the other, particularly one of my friends, his son was not well, and they assumed it was malaria and they were treating, and not knowing the boy had an infection. And they had done this treatment for almost a week.
Oh, come on, look at this.
Okay, so this is a friend who's just told me, look, he's never going to do the try and error thing or think that he knows a certain symptom, and so when he shows up, that's what it is. The first point of call is to go to a hospital, go get checked, get the various tests done, and then let the doctor tell you what's wrong. Yeah.
So it actually flows into legislation, legal. I think that Ghana has some laws which are pretty relaxed.
Too many of our laws are like that.
They are sluggish laws.
Too many of them.
Respectfully to say, the laws are not enforceable at hindsight.
I agree.
And a lot of damage can be caused before these laws will be awoken. Can you imagine the number of people who are out there selling illegal drugs?
Oh, that's
they
another
roam
thing.
with their vans, and that drug can cure everything, from head to toe. when you take your time and listen to what they're saying, one day I was passing by, I heard this noise in the speaker. He said, if it's your head, we can cure headache, we can cure malaria, we can. I was like, every disease is the way you can cure. I was like, is this somebody speaking in the car? No, it was a recorded tape. So the person has recorded that. I can do everything, just buy one. They are in buses. They in buses. They just enter the bus and say, this medicine. Everybody in the bus will end up buying one. You know why? Because if you can't buy one, it's like you're going to die.
Yeah.
They make it look as if you don't get one, you're going to die. Because that medicine can cure all your problems.
Yeah.
Even when you can't even sleep, you can even sleep.
You know, the one thing that's always funny for me is there's always one person in the bus that will raise their hands and say, well, I can testify to this. I have tried this before.
It's a whole syndicate.
It's a syndicate. And is it that's how? So I feel like this space must be sanitized.
It's serious.
Because it is wrong. How do we know if these things are true? Number one, even if they are, what's it called? FDA.
The
approvals.
FDA is just so the FDA isn't an enforcer. It is just an advocate institution.
Yes.
Somebody who is into drug enforcement, either hard drugs or soft drugs, ensuring that you can't just come and park your vehicle at the
Anywhere.
station. You know, they target in quotes the vulnerable, because you can't come and park this in this level of cantonment where they are in industrial firms, corporate institutions, and come and do that. We'll blow you away.
There.
You go to the market. The market woman feels a bit of a sharpening in their tie. They say, let me go for this drug. It is not good.
It's wrong.
It's not good. So you see, the laws are not also helping us. Then, Phil, let's go to the economical one. You see, Phil, what will prevent you and I from entering any hospital or clinic to seek for medical attention?
It's the money.
For how we feel like? No, in our cases, we're fortunate. We have health insurance.
Yeah.
But what happens to that average life Ghanaian out there who hasn't got any insurance cover? It is, the only thing that can keep those people in check is, I would say, a policy, an initiative that makes healthcare accessible and affordable for them. The question is, how committed are we as a country to strengthen our health insurance scheme?
Yeah.
What has been the trajectory of health insurance for the past 10 years? Today, people hold the cards, but the cards can't do anything for them.
Yeah.
So when they feel some symptoms, they blame it on those, if we call them lower diseases, the malaria, headache, and cough for them. We know they are antidotes. It's a paracetamol you can take and sleep.
Yeah.
But sometimes, all you know, malaria symptoms can be the preliminary symptoms that can lead the way for kidney disease.
Yeah, that's true.
They have no idea. How agile, how accessible, how close are health systems to the ordinary Ghanaian? So that when they feel anything, they can say, let me just assess this. So I think that our health sector has not been strengthened to the level where it can help us alleviate this crisis.
We need to do more when it comes to service in the health sector.
Yeah.
I appreciate the infrastructure that's going on. These are beautiful, but the service is far more important than these things.
Can you imagine?
The service.
I mean, so take this introspective look at this situation. How many of our major hospitals here in Ghana have the dialysis, that master dialysis? That is when you have been able to arrive at final phase of kidney disease, where now your kidney cannot do blood filtering again, but rather you need a machine to aid you in filtering blood, how many machines, how many helps students have this machine?
And how
very
cheap
expensive
is
machine.
it? I mean, because they pay per every
Yes.
time they go to.
And you spend close to 4 hours just for a session. And since that is your only, I would say, your replacement of a kidney, you would have to do it often. How many people do you think are in this country who can afford that? Tell me.
Unfortunately, many people don't survive kidney things for long because I mean, some are able to, even those who are able to do dialysis.
Even the elitists, those affluent people who actually get there, sometimes fail to, come back or
because
recover.
financially it is draining.
It drains them, right?
How
much more that ordinary Ghanaian who is out there jobless? I mean, you can imagine the terrain. So if we are saying that it is killing Ghanaians, yes, it will kill. And it can kill more because we have not strengthened our health sector. Let me mention to you that many years ago, health research provided that it was actually when you are aging, at the age of 70 plus, that's when these kidneys will get weaker because it's like it ages with you. If you are younger, you have better kidneys, they do better work. If you are older, it slows down. But today, at the age of 40, 45
even
going,
30.
You are actually at the peril of getting kidney disease. So you can tell us, I mean, regardless, or considering all the environmental, social ones, which you cannot control, environment-wise, I don't do galamsey, okay? But the water I'm seeing today, it's not looking good. So you can see, Phil, coming back, you mentioned technology-wise, we have not really digitalized our system. Let me tell you why.
That's another major problem.
We have got, so do you know that we have this term called teleconsultation, whereby I could be at home on my laptop or tablet or phone, and I can reach a hospital doctor, let's say Ridge or Kolebu. It's a doctor, my tummy, my head, my wrist or my waist. It's okay. This is wrong with you. Do you feel this way? Then on that telespace, go and get this medicine, or we can deliver this medicine to you. Your bill is this. Oh, my health insurance is here. It can cover. Kenya has health insurance for all Kenyans that solves or that covers dialysis. If we need an African example, yes, very impressive. So why can't we? We are shrouded in. So the last P is what I'm coming to. Politics. That's the problem.
That's the
P.
That's
P.
Yeah, that's
is the reason why all the remaining things are what they are.
Yeah, that's the central.
Because the excessive politicization of everything won't help us. So in the previous government, it saw it necessary to establish 111 hospitals because the better hospitals are only in the urban areas. So how do we then take them to remote areas? Through this word called politics. We hear, that some of them are not looking good. They are underbuilt. Yet, if you go and say statistics, they are not the same. They look much better. They only need a little bit of a touch. They will be abandoned. They will be abandoned. And then like it has always happened. For the next 8 years whatsoever. Why are we doing this to ourselves? So when the Minister of Health, during the World Kidney Day, comes to read a very nice speech and shows all that sentiment that, oh, kidney is killing. Yes, it's killing. But what is the action? I tell you, this conversation will happen again next year by this time.
I totally agree with you.
It's a matter of we being serious.
I totally
because
agree.
Because even the affluent ones are not even able to overcome it. How much more less privileged? So,
I mean, I totally share your sentiment. But for me, the end point for me is when all of these things are failing, you as an individual, you've got to take care of yourself. That's the end of the story because you can't wait to get there. Anyway, so we'll get into the next story and we'll do something a little bit education related. So a new academic commentary is urging universities to rethink how teaching and assessment are done in the age of artificial intelligence. In an article titled Curriculum of the Age of AI Towards a Pedagogy of Courage, scholars Oscar Koopman and Karen Joy Koopman argue that higher education must move beyond simply delivering content and instead focus on helping students develop authentic thinking. The authors say traditional assessments often reward the performance of learning rather than real learning, a weakness that artificial intelligence has now exposed. They propose what they call pedagogical courage, where lecturers design assessments that show a student's thinking process over time rather than relying on final submissions. The scholars suggest approaches such as oral defenses, project-based learning, and real-world problem solving to ensure students demonstrate genuine intellectual engagement rather than AI-generated work. This story is of very key interest to me.
Yeah.
And the reason is because of the rise in the use of AI when it comes to academic work. That it is a conversation that's been going on for, the past few years now. And there's a divide. Some say it is a good thing to use AI. Others say it's not great because it's not making people think the way they are supposed to think. In my opinion, it is a tool that has come to stay. It's not going anywhere. If there's anything we are seeing, there's more apps coming up. There are more chatbots being developed for AI. There's no way this is going away. I've seen what AI is doing. It's crazy. People do songs with it. People do research with it. Like, it is doing a lot of interesting things. In my opinion right now, we need to embrace AI. And rather than think that it will take some realistic things away, human beings are responsible for creating AI.
Yeah.
We should be able to be responsible for managing what AI can do and what it cannot do. That's why I stand on this matter.
Yeah. You're right about that. Very right. I think that this study that was done by two scholars were trying to help institutions in Africa across the world to see teaching and learning in a different way. Phil, I always say that if you are trying to look at Africa at its face value, we have come a long way, but we have not made the best of the time that we have come. We have been laggards for 6 decades. Laggards. We didn't introduce any new thing. We were just waiting to see innovations succeed elsewhere, and then when it's about to die, we adopt it. Whilst they are moving on to the next level, we are actually enjoying that one they had finished. Let's look at how teaching and learning has been within our own experience. When I was in school, my teaching was more intuitive based. You go and sit down. The teacher will come to class and come and talk. Do you understand? Yes, sir. I was with them. The chorus. Yes, sir. But I got nothing. I don't know what's going on.
Whether you understand or not, you just have to go.
Yes, I don't know what's going on. So when I write exams, I will fail. And I failed quite a number of papers, right? Because I didn't get what's going on. But as I progressed on, I realized that it wasn't me. I wasn't the only person in that condition. I had friends who
many people have
saying,
yes, this.
It wasn't us. Our minds were, we're not that kind of type, different kind of minds. So some minds are very sharp. There are something you have to nurture. It was rather the way that we were introduced to these lessons. We were introduced to the lessons in a way that we didn't have interest. Our attitude towards learning dropped. Because the introduction wasn't good. It didn't have anything that had humor. It didn't have anything more collaborative. It didn't have any student-centeredness to it. But today, we're seeing the light. Let me give kudos to the distinguished Emeritus Professor Peter Okebukola. In Africa, for once, it took a luminary to say, Africa ought to take charge of its teaching and learning.
Absolute truth.
So he invented what we call the cultural techno-contextual approach, CTCA, into our teaching and learning. What it means is that as a teacher, before you teach any concept which you didn't propound, none of the science And it's for STEM education. So in STEM education, no Ghanaian propounded any concept in science.
Yeah.
From food to ecology to chemistry, nobody. We all took it from the likes of the Charles Darwin and Co.
Yeah.
Who were Westerners. So if you are teaching somebody a concept that you didn't propound, why don't you immerse it in something that is related to you, your culture? Find a way to bridge that gap and make it similar or make it representative or descriptive of your own culture, so the students will not feel far away from what you are teaching. Again, technology. Don't make students feel that they should be alienated to technology. Encourage them that yes, you can use phones when you go home. Even in classrooms, use it. But let them understand responsible use of these platforms under the guidance of teachers and parents when they go home. And the last one, contest. Which means that when you are teaching them, don't use the Eiffel Tower or Washington DC, which they've not been there. Use something they can see around them,
something
immediate context. Yes.
Yeah.
So if I'm giving an example for a concept, I'm going to use TV, camera stands, because that's what we can see every day. So it can make sense.
Yeah.
That was his invention. But as a student, I, in my study, found out how we can use reward as a way to enhance students' attitude towards learning. Because if you stand to get a reward in lessons, you'll do your best. But Phil, the AI aspect is what I want to go to right now.
Okay.
AI has come to stay. See, whether you like it or not.
It is here.
It is going to change the face of work or the future of work.
It's already changing it.
Good. Today, what AI can do in few seconds, you and I cannot do. And that's the fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact. However, let me mention that every innovation or every invention has its pros and cons. AI, at a point in time, I asked a question to AI. I said, AI, tell me this. AI told me, wait, I'm thinking. AI came back and told me, these are the things I came across. I'm not really sure about them. So AI couldn't tell me if he was sure what the right answer was. So I had to now look through it, go and do some further search and say, okay, that AI was wrong. AI can be wrong.
Oh, yeah.
So it means that it is not all in all conclusive of its efficiency or efficacy. It needs another thinking cap to verify. AI can't do all the search and verify for you.
Yeah.
It can only provide you with ideas broadly, can give you creative ways.
Yeah.
So AI is like a co-pilot. The best way to explain it, a co-pilot. It can help you with ideas, pathways, strategies. But you, the human anatomy, the person yourself, you've got the mind to assess and evaluate and see which one fits in what you are doing.
Yeah.
That is the beauty of the human AI interface. We need each other. It's a complementary community whereby AI can only complement your efficiency or effectiveness. So you ought not to hopefully or wholly rely on its efficiency.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it can mislead you.
Yeah.
It's a machine.
I mean, lately when you use it, it tells you many things. After it has given you the response you're looking for, it tells you, it gives you a disclaimer, some sort of disclaimer. Some of the ones that it tells you, you have to cross-check this information that I've given you or provided. Okay, because some of them are just there to show you how to use it in your work as an example.
Yeah.
So there's almost some level of disclaimer provided with some of these tools.
Yeah.
It just tells you how incomplete the system can equally be. And I'm not surprised because humans build AI.
Yeah.
Humans
So,
in the first place.
How can it be all in all when I built you?
Okay, so we need to acknowledge some of these things
Yeah.
and then try to appreciate what it can do and what it cannot do. But for me, on the whole, I just want that balance in there where humans will not stop thinking for themselves. Because before AI, we were thinking.
Yeah.
Before AI, we were writing our scripts. Before AI, we were doing our researches. Before AI, we were doing a lot of things. These tools have come to enhance things. It has come to introduce things, like you said, it will do for you things in a second or a minute.
I mean,
that
it's
will take you forever.
speed-wise, I mean, you can't beat AI, but you can only be sure that whatever AI is giving you is adaptable, or can be adapted. So Phil, let me just add the other recommendations that the scholars gave. That they feel like in this age of AI, the best thing you can do for students is to turn your curricula to be student-centered. Everything student-centered. So when you go to class, it's not a moment for you as a teacher to do your lecture-based stuff, but rather find ways and means to build inter-collaboration among students, how you can nurture their collaborative skills, their leadership skills, their auditory and oratory skills, leadership skills. Like, find a way to make the lesson all about them, because now they have got all the wherewithal to go and do their search. If you give the assignments today, give me assignments, I go home, can go and sleep. I wake up in the morning, AI will give me the answers. I'll go and give it to you.
That's what they do now.
But if you tell me that when you come to class, you present on your assignments, that's when you can. That's where you get me. Because now I have to go and understand what AI is giving me, and also not only just go and then do the assignment, but tell them when you do the assignment, find contextual examples. Use your culture to explain the concept. That is where students will be thinking. So we are saying that in order to curb or to curtail this over-dependence on AI, we need to be so conscious to contextualize education, so that education doesn't become just an adoption of what the concept is at the face value, but contextualizing it to your own environment. That is what we've not been doing in this country. We have been doing Chu and Paul, rote learning.
We copy blindly.
Yes, we haven't done context-based learning. So, for example, a teacher in Kumasi is teaching students on a concept, and then the book says, use a fisherman. There's no sea in Kumasi. What are you talking about? What kind of curriculum is that?
The context.
So you see, we can only succeed if we make context a key hole, a key number in our curricula, so that students wouldn't be so far away and lost and disillusioned, but rather would understand how to explain this or that using anything at home. Or because if your grandmother asks you, so my dear, when we say photosynthesis, what does it mean? Photosynthesis to a grandmother, explain. I mean, that's what I'm
That's a story for another day.
Tell me that the sun, she doesn't know the sun and chlorophyll or chloroplast. What she knows is she knows that the plantain is there. So you can use basically, oh mommy, look at the sun, look at the plant. It's just communication. The sun will pass through this one. So we need to make learning a commonplace to our livelihoods. That's where we can see real impact.
I certainly agree with you. One of my experiences was when I recently did my master's was how some of my lecturers, when they give you an assignment, even though they know that it's a term paper you are going to do, so it means that you are not doing it in class, you take it home and do your research and everything. There's always a section or a portion of the work that is requiring you to input your personal reflection of the thing. So it just brings me to that point that some lecturers are already at that point, or some schools are at that point, where you have to input your personal reflections in the work, because I believe they have come to know, or they already are aware that people will go to use AI to try to get answers to the questions that they have asked and all of those things. I mean, these are tools, like we have said, have come to stay. So yes, make use of them, but make use of them moderately and make sure that they are working well. So at that point, when you are supposed to be contextualizing and then adding the personal reflection of what you have done or what your research has provided for you, that is where you as a person is able to relate to what you have done. After all, you are the one who will do the input and feed whatever you are feeding into the chat box before you get the response that you are looking for. So, I mean, it is as simple as that, as we have established. So we just need to establish all of these protocols and make sure that we are doing these things correctly. Before we get into the next story, let me just get into a quick comment coming from Mohammed in Nigeria. Mohammed says, many African parents trust herbal remedies than visiting hospitals, which often require large sums for consultations and drugs. Older generations frequently point out that these herbs have been effective long before modern medicines existed. I think this is about the medication thing or the kidney problems that we were talking about earlier. But I mean, that's a very interesting
that issue. See, the challenge with the kidney issue thing is, see, it doesn't matter whether it's traditional medicine or not. It doesn't about traditional or orthodox. Even with the traditional one, the issue with it is the doses.
Yeah, that's another
There's no specific dose to these medicines. You just take a cup and you're just pouring. We're abusing it. So we abuse these traditional medicines more than we do for the orthodox one, because for those ones, they count that 1 tablet a day, this one.
Yeah.
But for those ones,
Yeah,
there is no
it's hard
dose.
to measure. It's hard to
and
measure.
it killed people. People have died also through that.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
there's no safe ground. Just be very careful.
Just take care of yourself. That's
Take
the end
caution.
of the story. Yeah. Anyway, into the next story, we are going into the filmmaking industry now. So a new report highlights gaps in film education within Uganda's universities, forcing many aspiring filmmakers to rely on self-learning and informal training. According to a report published by University World News, Uganda's growing film industry, popularly known as Ugawood, is expanding through low-budget productions and online platforms, but higher education institutions have not kept pace with the industry's needs. The report notes that many universities offer limited film programs, often focusing more on theory than practical training. As a result, students are forming their own filmmaking groups, borrowing equipment, using free editing software, and learning through hands-on projects to build skills. Industry observers say this gap highlights the need for universities to modernize film education with better equipment, stronger industry links, and more practical training opportunities. My first comment on this subject is, why is the Ugandan movie industry called Ugawood? Why is everybody trying to put a wood at the end?
Wood thing.
At the end of the year, let's leave Hollywood alone.
I mean, let me just say that I think the likes of Harvey and his wife many years ago decided to establish what we call a World Entertainment Center.
Yeah.
And that vision today has worked. Sometimes the vision is important. They envision to have a world center for entertainment.
Okay.
And today it is what it is. The Hollywood is the biggest entertainment center. Has a very wide area space for great movie acting and great pictures. Has so many production companies which are working on that grounds. And that's how come undoubtedly every country that is also into movie production is adding the wood because you can't beat the Hollywood. So perhaps join them. So Kuma Wood.
If you can't beat them, join
I've not heard of Volta Wood, but we have to get a Volta Wood. Yeah, a Volta Wood will matter because they have stories there as well.
Yeah.
But come back to the point. This issue is an unfortunate one, and it's not only within the space where they're coming from. It's a matter that is felt in Africa.
Yeah.
The African film space is nothing to write home about. Some, I would say some, because the likes of South Africa,
South
likes
Africa
of
has gone
Kenya, some African countries have what it takes, some too don't. And it takes students who are bold. Yeah, I'm waiting for Ghanaian students to rise and say that Ghanaian
They should be,
film,
because they
film
complain about
students,
it.
yes. I mean, your colleagues have done it. So you to get up and say your problem. I mean, the space, academically, theoretically, yes, the training is there. But for you to realize it, there's a big gap. It's like earth to space.
And I don't know if the people responsible for the theory know that there's a huge difference in the theoretical and practical aspect, because it's one thing to know the theory, it's another thing to be on the field and to put things into practice.
Yeah, we have actually prioritized and sidelined other disciplines. Everybody believes that health is very important, so we invest in health education. We invest in that, but we invest in film education as well. Who does that?
I mean, it's sad. I know,
So
for
you-
example, Nigeria has benefited from their movie industry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nigeria
Has benefited a
Forgot to
lot
mention Nigeria, yeah.
in their movie industry. So when you talk about a lot of actors and actresses in Africa, Nigeria has many of
Yeah.
the influential ones coming from Africa.
Yeah, and economically it's helped.
Yeah.
So they are stronger. They are stronger guild. So the question is, whose duty, whose job, or whose goal is to ensure that we restructure our film education space and ensure that students who go to study theater, movie production, filming, all of these people have the best of training, have value for money in terms of what they go and study. And when they come out, they can also pull out these amazing pictures or amazing productions. That is what we're looking at. I was telling one friend of mine who's also a film student that, listen, for so many years, we only rely on tapes that were taken in the 60s about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
So if not for the videos taken at a time, which are still looking the sepia grayscale mode, today we would have nothing to show for who Nkrumah was and what he did. If you go to Hollywood, every hero, every heroine, every story which is worth telling, they have got a movie. And that movie is, I would say, majorly casted by Hollywood actors.
Okay.
Last King of Scotland was a movie driven by Hollywood to portray the lifestyle of the late Idi Amin of Uganda,
Okay.
which was acted by Forrest Whitaker, who is a Black American actor.
Yeah.
And then a lot more, Abraham Lincoln and co. Who is doing that of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah?
Are we waiting for somebody outside
Hollywood.
Africa
In fact,
to do this?
Nelson Mandela. There are several versions of it.
I think I've seen one that Idris Elba has done.
Idris Elba, that's A Long Walk to Freedom.
Yeah.
That was acted by British African actor Idris Elba.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still Hollywood. Back down to Nelson Mandela, which was led by, I think, Terrence Howard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell me, what is our industry doing? Is that how you get people to study filming and then you leave them to go and wonder about?
This is crazy. I mean, in the brief I read, I was struggling to connect why students come up to do their own production when the people responsible for this practice are just interested in the theory.
Yeah.
There's a video we would watch any minute now. If it's ready, can we roll it? It's just an example of what students have done by themselves. If that video is ready, we can watch that video. But whilst it's coming up, I mean, it's, for me, I feel like we are not paying a lot of attention, not only in Uganda, but generally across Africa. Because why will we be thinking about just doing online productions, okay, just using YouTube and Facebook, when you can build the industry, make it better, make it stronger, and these are the people who would find the investments that we are looking for to be able to make the industry better. I find it very difficult that nobody is able to see through this. Let's watch this video of some production work done by students in Uganda.
Can you imagine I'm going to the university? Hey, I can't wait to experience the freedom that comes with campus life.
When you're going to Akuze, I want to marry her.
So you've given up on that dream already?
It is the only person that could possibly understand my pain.
Joke about anything else, but not one of my sisters.
Who is giving me excuses? Let's go!
At least we still
try to look like the guys who are doing it.
All right, you're welcome back. Now, this is a low budget production. Low budget production.
Yeah, doesn't look that to me though. I mean,
But
is it better?
that was
looks
just,
nice.
that's why I'm stressing on low budget.
When is it premiering?
But it does not look like a low budget production.
Yeah, it seems well done. It seems well done. It looks quite good.
I like that question. When is it premiering?
Yeah.
Maybe the producer should find out and
We
let
have
us
to look
see.
at it. Yeah.
That's a movie I'd like to watch.
My first year in school.
So look, I'm concerned because let me get into some statistics that will make you see why I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Okay, in 2023, a report by UNESCO estimates that Africa's film and audiovisual sector contributes about $5 billion to the continent's GDP and employs roughly 5 million people. With better investment and training, the sector could grow to 20 billion and create up to 20 million more jobs.
Yeah.
This shows the creative industry is not just cultural, it is an important economic sector with job creation potential. Now, Ugawood is growing despite limited resources, okay? Uganda's film industry, known as Ugawood, has seen growth through low budget productions, films shot with basic equipment, which includes phones, distribution through YouTube and local screenings, and then participation in international film festivals. Look, just one reason I know this data is correct is because of the fact that my sister-in-law works in the movie industry, not in Ghana. She's currently filming in Ghana, okay, and she's been here since I think last December, filming to the end of this month. And I have conversations with her. We talk about these kinds of things. So I have appreciated the work that this creative industry is already doing and how much more beneficial it can be for people. Because on the ground, one of the things I've seen by conversation with her and observation is that people are skilled, people are willing to learn, but they are unable to hold themselves up to the ethics of the job. That just tells you that anything they might have learned in school is only theoretical. When it comes to the practical end of the job, there's a lot of deficits. Serious deficits. And I don't know who is thinking of how to manage this. We talk about unemployment and all of these things. And sadly, when we talk about unemployment, most people think about white-collar job unemployment. All these things are jobs. Because when, see, I don't know if people have noticed, anytime a movie ends, look at the end credits. Look at the list. There are movies that could have up to about 1,000 people in there. Even people who do extras. So I got to know one of these things through my sister-in-law. One of the movies they shot, the extras in a certain scene, it was a wedding scene. So the extras in there they needed anybody who played an extra. So you are just sitting at the table eating and drinking. You are not really part of the movie. Was paid 500 cedis for one day. How many jobs pay you 500 cedis in Ghana? And this production is not a Ghanaian production, actually.
Phil, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. We have
so
to invest.
we need to do the needful. Invest.
We have.
And make sure that the theory is connecting with the practical end of the business. End of story.
Yeah, I mean.
Anyway, let me do a few
Please do.
comments. And this is coming from Amatete in Taifa, and she says, I agree with Dr. Dako on the focus of investment. If not health, then climate change or research and innovation. Hardly will you hear about the media. Even grants or funded projects focus on media is hard to get. And then, okay, I have information that this movie we just watched is out. It was produced in 2023. Okay, so we'll find it and watch it, and then
Yes, we have to go
we'll
and
do
watch
a
it.
better judgment of it. And still on some comments, this is what we call creativity and proactiveness. The youth in Africa shouldn't wait to be taught. Let us use our talent. And this is still coming from Amatete. I think that she watched what we just
you know, let me
viewed
just
there.
touch on this one.
Yeah.
See, sometimes we as students or we as young people would use our own understanding and our own imagination to do something for ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, the Ikorodu boys in Nigeria, when they began to imitate these trailers, one day they did the imitation of a movie called, I've forgotten the title of the movie, but it was, I forgot this movie title, but the cast for the movie saw the trailer they did. It's a low budget trailer, but it's a very funny one. How they use some very local stuff to depict what happened. And the man said, I'm going to send you guys real cameras to keep doing what you're doing because your creativity is unmatched. So indeed, the young people will do what they want to do.
Yeah.
They will do what they want to do. If governments will not help us, no one
we'll
do
find
it.
our own supports.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Anyway, in the next story, the United Kingdom has donated advanced drug detection equipment to support Ghana's fight against narcotics trafficking. The device, valued at more than £56,000, was presented to the Narcotics Control Commission by the UK's Home Office International Operations. The portable Agilent Resolve Raman analyzer allows law enforcement officers to quickly identify suspected narcotic substances on the spot, improving both operational efficiency and safety. Officials say the donation reflects growing collaboration between Ghana and the United Kingdom in tackling organized crime and cross-border drug trafficking. It's been a while I've talked about drug issues anyway, but these are some of the things that plague the African continent. But anyway, so we are grateful to the UK for the support in providing this thing. But anyway, in tackling these kinds of issues, these narcotic problems, it is a shame that still countries in Africa are
Everywhere.
a hub.
Everywhere.
Particularly Africa.
Everywhere.
And the reason is just one: poor security or the poorer security, which is often the reason people do these kinds of things through Africa. It is sad. So I appreciate this gesture. But beyond this, my question is, within our own borders, what are we doing?
You know, Phil, when it comes to narcotic issues and how you can track them down, it's different. It's not the normal thing you know how to do. All right, it's based on intelligence.
Okay.
All these drug track down is based on intelligence. So, if you have intelligence on a drug peddle, a drug movement that you feel that you are sure, or even if you're not sure and you have a clue, you say, okay, well, I want to call upon the authorities to come in and intercept and find out if what you were presuming or what your intel taught you was right.
Okay.
So that is education. So I think many years ago we said, when you see something, say something.
Yeah.
So every Ghanaian is supporting the National Narcotics Commission to do this job because they also depend on intelligence. So if you're somewhere and you see people do something quite obscure and they are actually trying to peddle something very strange, and you can feel that, well, this is marijuana, this is cocaine, and you are aware or you are sure, you can call and say, I think I feel that there's some drug peddle going on. Can you please intercept? And then they will do it. Yeah. All that we have to do is that as patriotic Ghanaians as we are, we stand up for what is right. We don't want Ghanaians to be drugly exposed because when Ghanaians are drug infused and we're all relying on drugs, who will have a sound and safe mind to vote or even to do what's right?
Yeah.
You can imagine that, right? So all the people around who you see, we call in code the junkies. I mean, these are people who are dedicate their lives to these drugs. They work to pay. So if every Ghanaian was like that, you can imagine that would be perjury. We'll be just entering people's homes and then raiding it because we want money at all costs to buy drugs.
Yeah.
So we can't afford to let the country go into that abyss. However, what I would say for where I'm sitting today is that we should not discriminate. Every Ghanaian should be protected in this war against drugs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are a lot of allegations. It's alleged that people are smuggling drugs to the airport through the VIP. We hear these things in the news all the time, and it's alleged. I mentioned again, alleged. And those who make the allegations come out confidently that yes, it is true. But before you go and check, it disappear. When cocaine stacks turn into tools
powder.
Yeah. Who are we playing these games with? When they say, somebody says, I have an intel, allegedly, that a helicopter or an airplane landed in Ghana, and the airplane was coming from a place which is known for drugs.
Yeah.
And it arrives here, we'll go and check, it's empty. Right. So you see, Ghanaians will help government at all times to keep the country safe. Government should also do its part of the deal to keep people safe. Yeah. When somebody creates an allegation, check it in all due course and see if it's true or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so one may ask, what does this device do? So let me just run us through that quickly. So this technology, this analyzer is a portable drug identification device, and then the technology uses the Raman spectroscopy, which analyzes the molecular composition of substances. And with this tool, officers can be able to scan suspected drugs instantly in the field, identify substances without opening the packages, because I've had people have packages open and then eventually it's not what they think it is. And then
some tools, so I mean, the last time we had, somebody was selling cartons of milk, and then I mean, for the first batch, you see nothing. But when you go down there, you see something.
Anyway, so the device reduces the need to send samples to laboratories, and this improves speed, safety, and accuracy during anti-drug operations.
And Phil, let me just say this as well. The Deputy Director General for NACOC, Alexander Chumberima, I think that he's doing a great job. I mean, I have seen, I've heard, he's very, very effective. Lately, a lot of crackdowns have been going on, and he seems to have his craft together. All I would say is that he should keep on with that objectivity and that strong edge to keep Ghana safe from drug takeover. And I mean, that's all. He should just keep up doing what he's doing, because he seems to know what he's about, and he's very passionate about keeping Ghana safe from drugs. And I think that he's doing a good job.
Yeah. And I also say that there's a lot of training that is still needed.
Yeah.
Not only for the people who handle narcotics. Look, especially for frequent travelers, you need to be vigilant. You need some education. So take it upon yourself, even if you're not getting it from the government or from the agencies that handle these things. I mean, if you're a frequent traveler, take it upon yourself, read about these things. It's not every airport that allows you to do anything or anyhow leave bags anywhere.
Yes, very important.
At our airport here, a few times I've passed through there, I've seen people even open their luggage in open display. Like, these things are not cool.
Very, very dangerous.
This is not cool.
You will be the job of the day.
Yeah,
it's very serious.
It's not cool. So if you're a frequent traveler, please educate yourself and then help yourself when it comes to this things in relation to drugs. All right, so we'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll give you some event updates, and then we'll go straight into the lifestyle segment. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Applications are now open for the African Center for Energy Policy ACEP Africa Climate Academy. The Africa Climate Academy is an educational platform designed to foster a paradigm shift in the understanding and discourse surrounding climate change, energy transition, and its implications for Africa. This one-week program targets policymakers, media professionals, civil society leaders, and academia, providing them with new perspectives on the risks associated with oil dependence and the abundant opportunities offered by sustainable energy alternatives. The Academy will consist of a series of modules conducted through the week, each addressing specific aspects of climate change, energy transition, and Africa's role in shaping a sustainable future. The interactive and immersive nature of the program aims to reshape participants' thoughts, challenge assumptions, and cultivate a collective commitment and embracing renewable energy alternatives. Application deadline 22nd March 2026 at 23:59 GMT. Applications are now open for the 2026 Standard Chartered Ghana Foundation Women in Tech Accelerator. Standard Chartered Bank Ghana PLC, in partnership with Village Capital, is excited to announce the call for applications for the sixth cohort of the Standard Chartered Foundation Women in Tech Accelerator, an annual philanthropic program for young women entrepreneurs led by Standard Chartered Foundation and implemented in Ghana by Ashesi University's Ghana Climate Innovation Center. Empowers women-led and women-owned businesses with the tools, training, and funding needed to leverage technology and build scalable, innovative businesses that address Ghana's pressing economic and environmental challenges for sustainable growth and social impact. Women with disability are strongly encouraged to apply. Application deadline 27th March 2026. For more information, visit the official webpage of the Standard Chartered Ghana Foundation Women in Tech Accelerator.
The Association of African Universities Digital Empowerment MOOCS successfully launched its first cohort, recording 177 users on the platform, with some participants engaging for up to an hour. The journey continues. Designed to empower university administrators, registrars, ICT staff, and academic professionals across Africa, the MOOCs are strengthening digital capacity in higher education. You can still be part of it. The second cohort begins from 9 to 27th March 2026. Register now for the cohorts. For more information, kindly visit the link on your screen. Applications are now open for the 2026 Megatrends Africa Fellowships. The Megatrends Africa project is awarding 3 fellowships to African researchers. Megatrends Africa is a cooperation between the German Institute for International and Security Affairs, the German Institute of Development Sustainability, and the Kehl Institute of World Economy, Kehl Institute. The project conducts policy-relevant interdisciplinary research on Africa and provides policy advice to decision makers. The application deadline is March 25, 2026. For more information, visit the official webpage of the Megatrends Africa Fellowship.
I'm here with the Association of African Universities Television, AUTV. I just want to say that without the media, you won't know what's going on in the world. Even with the media, you sometimes don't know what's going on in the world. So you need to tune in to the reliable sources who are really on the front lines, who can give you the information you need and give you facts, not conjecture, give you real news, not fake news. And this is the place to find it, AUTV.
The voice of higher education in Africa.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAUTV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAUTV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAUTV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAUTV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at aautv. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAUTV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.
Welcome back from the break. My name is Chimaima, and this is the lifestyle segment. And we are still on the Hello Africa morning show. I'm doing this with. Okay. How was your weekend?
This weekend I slept.
Okay. Yeah. For the first time.
Yeah.
I think for the first time in a long while.
Yeah. Saturday was busy, but the moment I came back, I slept. And when I came from church yesterday, I decided I wasn't going anywhere. I had an appointment, but
you canceled it.
Yeah.
You were supposed to actually meet me too. Why did you cancel?
Did I?
Yes.
My goodness, we'll talk about this off air.
Oh, that's not good. That's not
we'll
good.
talk about this off air.
I like the fact that you've rested because I think for a long time.
I needed it because like the past few weeks have been crazy.
And I love your outfits. You didn't tell me we should wear African print today. You did that to me last week, and this week too, you did the same thing to me, and I'm very offended. We'll talk about that.
Okay, so let's talk about it now. Next week, let's do African print.
No, not here. But we'll talk about it. So we have quite interesting stories coming to you from the lifestyle segment. So now, for the first one, we begin with the Ashanti region launches first Kente Week to celebrate culture. So the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council has announced the inaugural Ashanti Kente Week, scheduled from March 23rd to March 31st, 2026, as part of the Ashanti Fest and the nationwide celebration of Ghana Month. The week-long initiative aims to celebrate the rich cultural heritage of the Ashanti people and promote Kente cloth, a global recognized symbol of identity, tradition, and craftsmanship. Institutions being recognized are being encouraged, to incorporate Kente into their attire throughout the week, and the celebration will culminate in a grand cultural event at the Kumasi Cultural Center, organized in collaboration with the Menchel Palace, featuring cultural displays, traditional food exhibition, and musical performance. Phil, so this is what is happening. First of all, there is a festival going on, which is the Ashanti Fest. But no, before that, why are you laughing? I really want to smile too and laugh as well.
My conscience will not free me if I don't say this. I'm just wondering why all of a sudden there's an Ashanti Kente Week all of a sudden. I mean, that is because of the fugu thing. I don't know, but I mean that's what
prior to after the whole fugu saga. I remember there was a story that came out, and then those people who do Kente or are into Kente, they were advocating for the president to also, devote a day from the week so that people will wear Kente. Oh yeah, it came. It was being talked about.
Give fugu its flowers already.
The funny thing is that fugu is actually made from Kente. Well, most
I was
of
just
them.
going to say that because there are different types of Kente, and the fugu is made from the northern Kente.
Exactly.
So I'm not sure where this is going.
Well, there is an Ashanti Fest, and then there is inside it we have the I mean, people should wear kente, and then it's happening from the 23rd to 31st of March in the Ashanti region. And as part of that, we are all encouraged to wear kente. So I'm actually looking forward to you wearing kente from the 23rd to, no, don't look at your
From the
outfit.
23rd
To the 31st
of March.
Yeah.
Okay. Producer, please, find kente. From the 23rd to the 31st.
But then what do you make of the story, though?
Well, away from the funny comments, I think that everything is worth celebrating in our culture. That I completely agree. Maybe for some reason, the awakening is now coming up, whether it's coming from the Fugu saga or not. But I think that everything within our culture is worth celebrating. And kente, we all know, is a cloth that has gone international. And pretty much, whenever we have dignitaries arriving in the country, at the airport, the sash or stole we put across their necks is made of kente.
Very true.
Or is a product of kente. So, I mean, even before this Ashanti Fest thing, already it's global. People travel out and they are rocking the kente. And I mean, I like it when our people of royalty, Mutumfo and his people, other kings and chiefs in the country, anytime they travel, they are cladded in their beautiful kente clothing and everything. So I think that kente is already gone viral. I mean, I even watch movies and I see people wearing kente and things like that. And these are people who are not even of African descent in any way, but they are wearing them parties, weddings, in a lot of movies that are not made in Ghana or even in Africa. So I feel like it's already gone global. That does not mean it can't be celebrated or be identified. So yes, it's a fine thing coming from the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Council. Anything to get the culture going, I'm in full support of it. And to know that Menshia is working with them as well, why not? It's a good thing.
There's no way Menshia will not work with them.
So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
I also think that, I mean, the kente is of a cultural significance. And as you said, we have a lot of people who wear kente. I mean, even now when people are getting married, they wear kente.
It feels like the code for marriage.
Now
no one has given us that code, but everybody does it.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody does it. And I love the fact that, I mean, we want to equally promote our culture. And this, I mean, everybody who wears kente, and I mean, since it's also a Ghana month, activities like this, I think, is very much needed, and it strengthens our culture or our national identity and encourages our pride as the Ghana heritage as well. And I think having events like the Kente Week, I mean, as you said, putting aside the saga for whatever it is, I also feel like it is a way of creating awareness and also the demand for kente. Even though we know that kente is widely used, a lot of people know. I mean, even when you travel outside Ghana to the foreign countries, some of them do have, I mean, our fabrics. Even when they come here, they want to get our kente. I remember we had a program here in AAU, and then a participant, I think she was from, Nigeria? She wanted to get kente. She really wanted to get kente, but unfortunately she couldn't get it. Yeah, you could see that she actually has a picture of what she wanted. But I mean, she couldn't get it. And you could see the interest that people have in our culture, and I think that is very good. I mean, I won't mind if the president should dedicate a day for wearing kente.
I mean, I don't mind either. I mean, like I said, anything for the culture.
So I think this is a step in the good direction. And also the fact that it's incorporated in our fashion industry. I mean, people do things. I mean, Africa-based attire, and then you see some designs with our kente. I mean, in there. So this is a way to promote our culture, and I think it's a step in the good direction. In a good direction.
Absolutely. What I would also love to see is us celebrating not just only the kente, but all the kinds of kente materials we have, because people need to know the differences. The nothing kente and whichever. I mean, there are different types of kente. So maybe whilst we are celebrating, and for me, I think we should go beyond Ghana month. We can't be waiting for a whole year and then it's just in March we want to do these things. But
I mean, in March too, we have from 1st to 31st of March.
That's a short period if you ask me.
Ghana, I honestly, this year's I mean, the whole March Ghana month, Independence Day, I was really like, what's happening? Because everybody, it's either the person is wearing the Ghana jersey or the person is in an African cloth. I saw a lot of our celebrities do a photo shoot, you know, and for me, I think it's a step, because previously, I mean, all the Independence Day celebrations we've had, it hasn't been like that.
This year got a very special buzz, and I'm glad that it was created by young people.
So I'm hoping that, you know, moving forward, I think the March month is enough. I don't know how.
I'll tell you why I think you should go beyond the March. Look at how big Ghana is, and we want to wait just 1 month in the whole year to always celebrate the things that we.
But I feel like because that is the day that's the month we also achieve.
No problem. Maybe that can be the national one, but beyond the national one, let's have that conversation at a lower level. Probably organizations should have. Maybe even churches, there should be a day you see are wearing Ghana colors. Just beyond March, any other you know, we should have a way of celebrating. We can't just wait for just March. I mean, this month I've seen many churches do local,
Africa,
do old school stuff, anything to celebrate Ghana. That's okay. But what I'm saying is we should not limit it to March only. What I love about this year, what we have done, particularly with set March, was when we said everybody should wear their Ghana jersey. And I love it for the fact that this is a World Cup year. So then we are putting ourselves on the map because we are going to the World Cup.
For the jersey?
I don't think that was what the reason was.
I was asking myself, why the jersey? Because at a point, everybody was selling jersey.
Yeah, and it became a hot commodity.
Exactly.
Now, jerseys that used to sell for 300 suddenly was 600 cedis.
Exactly. I posted on Twitter that, okay, so now that we are done with it, what's happening to the
Oh, don't worry. Just wait. The World Cup begins in June. When we get into June, you so if you don't have a jersey, go and find one. No, find one, because you will need it in June. Especially if Ghana progresses in the World Cup.
Especially if Ghana progresses.
Yes, so
I want to underline that.
So find the jersey. I've made an
now we are doing.
That's okay. That's okay.
And since you said we shouldn't just limit it to March.
Yeah, I mean, let's go beyond that.
It's still open to the period for the.
So I'll put my producer on the spot for this one for the Hello Africa. My producer should make it a point. We shouldn't just do Ghana month and leave it there.
Okay.
That's why we are an institution.
So producer, we are too. I think.
Yeah. In fact, let's do a JC day on the show. One of the days.
We'll
we should do that.
We'll do that. Okay, so we'll move to our next story, which is talking about we want to honor the Black billionaires.
I love the story.
Growing wealth and the global impact that they have made. So a number of Black billionaires globally have risen, it has risen to 27, with a combined net worth of $121 billion, according to the latest report from Forbes. The figures marks an increase from $23 billion worth $96 billion last year, highlighting the growing influence of Black entrepreneurs and investors across industries, including technology, entertainment, finance, sports, and manufacturing. So leading this list is Nigerian industrialist Aliko Dangote, founder of the Dangote Group, with an estimated fortune of $28.5 billion, making him the richest Black person in the world. So new entrants of the billionaire ranks include music icon Dr. Dre and global superstar Beyonce Carter, whose business ventures in music, fashion, and cosmetics have significantly expanded their wealth. I see you are smiling, and I mean you're even clapping. So why all this about this particular story?
I like money. End of story. So when I hear about billionaires, I'm excited because I am aiming to be one.
Okay. Of course.
It doesn't.
Everybody has to be at this point.
But I'm aiming to be one. So some of these people, I follow them closely. Like you mentioned, Dr. Dre. You know, Dre is responsible for the Dre head beats, that headphones. And that's how he made his billion.
Oh, that's great.
He sold it, and I think he made, I can't remember for how much he sold it for, but when he sold it, that was what made him a billionaire. So I'm just excited to know that, particularly in this story, there's a mix of people in there. And you mentioned Dangote. Dangote is an industrialist. But beyond the industrialist, there are people from every kind of sector of the economy you can think about who has found their way to become a billionaire on the list. And that is what excites me. To know that the number one has risen tells me how strong Africans are trying to put themselves on the map when it comes to money, so that they are identified. So I feel like it's a good thing, and it should be a motivation for a lot of Black people.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, let me be clear. We are not in competition with white people.
Oh, not at all.
We are not. But
not at all.
Just to know that Black people are making more influence when it comes to the impact and when in the scale of money. Me, I'm excited about it. That's all.
For me, when I saw the story and I saw Dangote, I mean, I wasn't surprised, but I was actually expecting that by now somebody would have, because for a long time now we've all known that Dangote has always been there. So I was thinking that, you know,
by now somebody
it's been a while. He's been on the seats for a while now.
I know what you're talking about. So that we'll have that thing where there's Elon Musk,
you know,
and then there's Bill Gates,
you know,
and then you know that thing that it changes.
You understand. Everybody should be getting closer to the top.
So on that note, I will say that now this is a challenge not just to the people who are already on the list, but to those who are not yet on the list and want to get there, so that then Dangote doesn't look like he's the only billionaire in Africa for the next 20 years. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah,
that
but I think
also tells you that he's doing something right. That's why he's been on the list at the top for long. So if you ask me, the Q is, what is Dangote doing that other people are not doing?
Yeah.
Maybe my kind of business might not be what he is doing.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some business ethic he's applying that is making him the fortunes he's making.
If Dangote is in Nigeria, this is not to politicize or maybe, because if Dangote is in Nigeria and he's the richest
black
person
on the earth. Yeah.
So, and I mean, recently I've been hearing of issues of poverty in Nigeria. I think last week the president sent out rice to those deprived areas where poverty is on the rise. So I'm really asking, you know, this is just you don't have to answer.
I have an answer for you.
Okay.
So you are wondering why people are still poor in Nigeria?
I'm not saying. Wait. Don't.
No, I'm not jumping to conclusion. I just want to be clear.
I'm not saying that Dangote should use his money to feed the poor. But mine is that if somebody like this is in the country, what measures or what strategies are being taken to, you know, eradicate the poverty, you know, in certain areas in Nigeria, just like
so the truth of the matter is that no matter how much investment Dangote makes in terms of food or to keep people away from poverty will always be there. Do you know why?
Why?
Even religiously, I can't quote the scripture, but I know there's a scripture I will find for you where Jesus said, even the poor will remain or will continue to remain amongst you. So what it means is that the poor people will still be there. That's simply because, it's not because Jesus said it, but naturally in life, I've seen people not trying to make any effort to even be rich.
Okay.
They don't even want to be educated. They don't even want to lift a finger. All they want is rather to be collecting from people. These people can never be rich.
Wow.
Anybody that wants to be rich
must
know that it is a calculated attempt of a series of actions that will get you to that place. If you have the chance to interview Dangote, you would know that there's something he thought about.
I think I need a chance to interview him actually.
We can look at it because it's not far from us. Nigeria is just next door. So it's something that should be arranged. Because
want to know what different
and these things are just about mindsets. If you read any book that talks about making wealth, I mean, even basic books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, it just tells you that it's about mindsets. So when I'm saying that the poor will continue to remain amongst us, like the Bible says. What I'm just saying is that there are people who are not willing to lift a finger, not to make it. There are people who don't even have a good self-esteem of themselves. So they don't think that they can amount to anything, to do anything else. So sadly, no matter what Dangote does, these things will remain.
Okay, but we just hope that I mean,
yeah, you and I
for
are
better-
motivated. So
Yes,
maybe
we
people
are
should follow the
motivated.
kind of motivation we have, and then we'll get out of this.
So, I mean, before we go, I think there is a comment, and this one, I think I want you to hear it.
Okay.
That is from our first story
Mhm,
about the
mhm.
Kente.
Okay.
And somebody says, I think we had a conversation about Black Stars too.
Yeah,
The World Cup
the
coming
gist
up.
is, yeah.
Yes. And then the person says, Black Star is bringing the cup home.
Hey.
I've got my jersey ready with full vim. Or say Black Star. This is from John.
Amen to that.
John from Article.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I can only
John.
say amen to that. Amen
Okay,
to that.
there's another one. It says, hello, Miss Jemima. Hi. Looking good as always. I was looking
Oh.
forward to seeing you in African wear. Oh, God. I'm in full support of Kente Week.
Okay.
If you have Fugu Wednesday, then let's all join to do this too. Soon will be sleet and cover week.
Interesting.
Interesting. I would
Yeah.
say interesting. So that is it for
Oh, there's one
today.
more comment you
Okay,
have
there's-
missed.
Really?
Yeah. This is from Margaret from Domain. She says, sharing my
Okay.
experience, I remember coming back from Kenya to Ghana.
Mhm.
I bought a bottled black tea, about 500 grams.
Oh,
This
wow.
item was in my bag, which goes through the security
Mhm.
checks. I was never stopped until I got to Ghana and was stopped by the narcotic team to inspect my bag and the tea. I think Ghana is doing well, but needs more advanced devices. So I'm thinking this is coming because of the story Dr. Ajimai and I spoke about when it comes to narcotics,
Oh, okay.
and then checking our borders for drugs. Yeah.
Okay. That has been it for lifestyle. Any last comments? No,
Last
okay.
comments. Last
Ghana
comments.
is bringing the cup home.
That was going to be my last comment.
Oh, okay.
Last
so someone
comments.
has actually done that
Look,
for you.
I don't want to go into football because we don't have time, but
Yeah,
I just
of course.
hope that
Ghana brings the cup.
I have to be honest, I don't think it can happen. But
Oh,
I think that
really?
we can make
I
progress.
thought we were on a
No,
very
me,
good.
no, me. This is
good-
my opinion. No, I'm
Oh,
not.
you guys
and
don't
I am
do
not
that.
God.
Don't do that.
No.
But you.
Anyway, like I said,
okay.
I don't want to go into football because
Yes.
it's another conversation.
That is it. Ghana is actually bringing the cup home, guys.
Okay, end of
So
story.
that has been it for lifestyle, and this has been the Hello Africa Morning Show. My name is Jemima Delademduche. I did this with.
Philemon Edwards.
Have a nice day.
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.